One, we won. That is what I should tell you right at the top here. Piers Morgan, you owe me something like 150,000 US dollars. I'd like to shout out especially all my haters here right at the top who didn't believe me when I was all like, Brigitte Macron is a man. And instead they decided to go with the mainstream media, the narrative that was just, Candace is unhinged, Brigitte Macron won for defamation. Well, that's no longer a thing. Because guess what? The journalist that she went after, two of them, they beat Brigitte in court. They have been acquitted in the higher court ruling. I'll tell you all about that. It's just been a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad year for the Macrons, actually. So it's
President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte are suing right-wing podcaster and conspiracy theorist Candace Owens. The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theory that France's first lady could be a man, that the Macrons are related in committing incest, and that the Macrons, the couple, is being controlled by the CIA. Obviously, those are deranged claims. In response to the filing, Owens posted a screenshot of a news story about the lawsuit on her Instagram page and wrote, "I will be coming for this wig today."
Candace Owens just dropped a massive bomb, claiming she's got actual medical records belonging to Brigitte Macron, and says they prove France's first lady went through a gender change before marrying President Emmanuel Macron. The internet nearly crashed when she said it, and people are losing their minds trying to figure out if she's serious or just stirring the pot. She's not keeping this low-key, not even a little bit. Instead of staying quiet, she's out here sprinkling hints like glitter on social media, making sure everyone from Paris cafes to TikTok timelines connects the dots. And the timing couldn't be worse for the Macrons. They're already dragging her into a US courtroom for defamation, but instead of backing off, she's walking in like she owns the place, basically daring them to call her bluff in front of the world. If what she's holding is real, this could blow their whole legal fight to pieces. But if she's faking it, then she might have just gifted the Macrons the easiest courtroom win and the fattest payday of their lives. Either way, Candace is stirring pure chaos, and social media is feasting on every single drop of this mess. Here's the twist. This didn't just pop up overnight. Candace has been planting these seeds for years. This wasn't some random podcast slip-up. She's been weaving it into interviews, dropping cryptic, do your research posts, and keeping the rumor alive like it's her personal project. Now it feels like she's finally ready to push it to the limit, and the audience can't look away for even a second. It all blew up when Candace started dragging up old French gossip, claiming Brigitte was actually born as someone named Jean-Michel Trogneux. She acted like it was an open secret, even though Brigitte's denied it since day one. French media trashed it as fake news, critics laughed it off, but Candace, she doubled down hard. In one live stream, she flat out said, "These claims aren't outlandish at all," adding that people have been whispering about it for years. And then it went completely wild. Candace refused to let the story die. She made it one of her trademark controversies, repeating it on stage, teasing it in interviews, and blasting it across live streams that pulled in millions of views. This isn't just talk anymore. She's turned it into part of her brand. Every time she brings it up, her fans go crazy, her critics explode, and her name shoots right back into the headlines again. By mid-2025, Candace had turned what once sounded like silly gossip into a full-blown global storm. That's when the Macrons finally snapped, filing a monster lawsuit in Delaware that sent shockwaves across the internet. And this wasn't some petty complaint either. It listed 22 counts of defamation, identity theft accusations, and even claims that Candace was fueling dangerous conspiracy theories. Most people would have panicked, maybe apologized, and disappeared for a bit, but not Candace Owens. The very same day the lawsuit dropped, she hopped on her podcast like nothing happened, laughing, sipping her drink, and saying, "Thanks for the free publicity." You can literally hear her in the clip, mocking the headlines and doubling down on her claims. She bragged that nobody believed her before when she said Brigitte was actually a man. And now, she swears the world owes her an apology. And that's where things take a wild twist. Candace isn't just teasing anymore. She's hinting that she's finally ready to show everyone the truth she's been sitting on all along. But before that, let's break down what this lawsuit actually looks like, because this isn't just tabloid drama. This is one of the most aggressive defamation cases Delaware's courts have seen in years. The claims are explosive. The Macrons accuse Candace of spreading lies that could destroy Brigitte's image on a global scale. The filing says she's been circulating fake identity records, pushing gender change rumors, and even tossing wild accusations at their marriage. And here's the twist. The Macrons aren't only after money, they want the court to shut her down completely. They're asking for an official order forcing her to stop talking about the whole thing forever. And it's not just gossip blogs covering this chaos. Major outlets are on it too. CNN ran a detailed breakdown of the case, highlighting that Candace even suggested Emmanuel and Brigitte might somehow be related. That claim alone sent the internet spinning out of control. The deeper this story goes, the uglier it gets, like peeling back layers of scandal that just won't end. But instead of going quiet, Candace is treating the lawsuit like her own personal marketing campaign. Every time her lawyers file a response, she jumps online dropping cryptic posts about truth bombs and hidden receipts she's about to unleash. And in her eyes, those mysterious medical records she keeps mentioning, that's her ultimate trump card, the one she swears will silence everyone once and for all. According to her, the documents list a totally different name, a different gender marker, and even references to surgery. But to be clear, those are her claims only. Brigitte Macron has publicly denied them many times, and French officials have called the entire rumor completely false. Still, Candace keeps parading around like she's sitting on the smoking gun of the decade, and she's not letting go either. In one fiery podcast moment, she doubled down again, claiming there's not a single authentic wedding photo or real throwback image from 30 years ago proving Brigitte even existed back then. The crowd gasped, and just like that, Candace had the internet on fire all over again. If these so-called papers are legit, it would mean somebody somehow managed to pull them straight out of the heart of French bureaucracy, and that's practically mission impossible. But if they're fake, then Candace Owens is playing with fire so hot it could burn her whole career to ashes in court. Either way, she's squeezing every drop of attention out of this chaos, keeping the suspense alive while the internet completely loses its mind. Right now, social media is split right down the middle. Half the crowd swears Candace just ended the debate forever, while the other half can't wait to see her get dragged through the courtroom doors. One viral comment nailed it perfectly. Candace didn't defame Brigitte. She just broke the unspoken rule. Never question the powerful. That's the exact energy lighting up her fan base right now. To her supporters, Candace isn't some troll chasing clout. She's a fearless truth teller going after elites who've always been untouchable. Others don't even care about the politics. They're here for the drama, the shade, and the chaos. One fan even posted, "I damn near died when she said, I'm being sued by the First Lady man." That one-liner alone exploded across social media for hours and became an instant meme. But then there are the realists chiming in, tired of the noise and ready for receipts. One blunt user commented, "This is simple. Get a DNA test done." And honestly, that's the kind of no-nonsense energy a lot of people are echoing right now. Love her or hate her, everyone's glued to their screens because if Candace actually drops those alleged records for the world to see, this won't just be another Twitter trend, it'll explode into a full-blown global headline. Brigitte Macron's image isn't just personal. It's tied to France's political prestige, the nation's reputation, and even Emmanuel Macron's credibility on the world stage. We're talking about a marriage that's already been picked apart for years. The wild age gap, the teacher-student history, the whispers that never stopped echoing through France. Add a bombshell like this to the mix, and it's not just gossip anymore. It's a national scandal blowing up right before our eyes. And Candace, she knows exactly how to twist that knife. In one viral clip, she goes all in, calling it the hot teacher story and saying the age gap makes it a straight-up perverted situation. The internet went crazy. But here's the cold truth. What Candace is doing isn't just bold, it's dangerous. Leaking or even claiming to hold private medical files could break serious laws across multiple countries. We're talking massive privacy violations, potential criminal charges, and lawsuit damages so heavy they could crush her entire brand. Yet, in Candace's mind, this is all part of the fight. Her way of standing up against the system, she says, protects the elite. In another podcast clip, she sounds fired up, practically daring the Macrons to come harder for her. She even says they're demanding receipts, emails, messages, Anything that proves what she's been screaming online. Instead of backing off, she's turning it into a showdown, grinning like she's ready for battle. And if you followed Candace Owens even for 5 minutes, you know this isn't her first rodeo with controversy. She's built her entire empire on controversy, saying the things others won't dare to say. Depending on who you ask, that makes her either fearless or reckless. Remember when she stirred up chaos by hinting that Michelle Obama was secretly trans? Or when she accused Brittany Griner of lying about her gender just to play in the WNBA? She even came for Meghan Markle, calling her a professional victim and accusing her of staging parts of that infamous Oprah interview. That's the Candace formula. Drop a massive claim, let the outrage build, double down hard, and keep the story alive by feeding the crowd little by little. But this time, the stakes are sky high. She's not firing shots at celebrities or athletes. She's going after France's first lady. And once you step into that political ring, especially with a name tied to the presidency, you're not just facing critics on Twitter. You're up against governments, legal teams, and an entire international spotlight. Right now, everything comes down to one question. Will Candace actually release these so-called medical records? Or is this another massive setup to keep her name trending? She keeps teasing that the drop is coming sooner than anyone expects, and the anticipation is driving everyone insane. If she really posts those files, this won't just shake up social media, it'll rock global headlines in seconds. So what's it gonna be? Is Candace about to cross the ultimate line, or is she setting up the biggest bait and switch the internet's ever seen? Either way, this story's far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share it everywhere. And I'll see you on the next one.